Can we take a question
Sure.
or two before you leave if the audience wants to ask one? Are we okay?
We're good.
Lip, okay.
What's the situation with fracking in Pennsylvania? I understand
It's a great question,
and
and your position on
Yeah.
this is different than it is in Texas, right?
A little bit. We've put two regulations through, which took some doing through the Republicans in the House and Senate, but we have got a very good regulation controlling the amount of biosolids that can go into the groundwater, and it's a good, tough rule. And then we have, it hasn't been approved yet, but it will be approved in January, a regulation on construction standards, because construction standards are as dangerous. A lot of the troubles that's occurred in Pennsylvania and other states come from poorly constructed drills. And so we have very tight construction standards. I think those two things in place, and with a good DEP, and I had a good DEP secretary, I think you can properly police it. The problem is the shale drilling has two tremendous upsides that I don't think we can afford to turn our back on. One is the ability to continue the supply of natural gas so that we could really put together, the president can put together an American energy independence strategy. And natural gas can be used to fuel all of our fleets, all of our government fleets, all of our big business fleets. It would take a tremendous amount of pollution out of the atmosphere. It's significantly better than fossil fuel, than petroleum, number one. Number two, we make it. We have plentiful natural gas. That's number one. Number two, it's a very big job producer. And these are good blue-collar jobs that are well-paying jobs and can't be outsourced. They're jobs on the site, jobs trucking the frack water to be treated, jobs treating the frack water. There are a lot of good industrial jobs. And take Pennsylvania. We're a state with a relatively low percentage of college graduates. High in Philadelphia, the region, and high in Pittsburgh, but in the rest of the state, very low. But we were a state where the sons and daughters were blue-collar workers who used to make the inflationary equivalent of $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. Those jobs are disappearing. But with shale, they're reappearing again. And one of the reasons I'm so motivated on infrastructure is infrastructure not only produces those well-paying jobs on the site, at the bridge, at the dam, at the road, but it also produces those jobs back in the factories, because to do infrastructure repair or building anew, you need steel, asphalt, concrete, aggregate, lumber, etc. So given the upsides of the shale drilling, we've got to find a way to strike the right balance, and I think it can be done. I believe it can be done. It's got to be done carefully, and the shale drillers have to pay a significant tax so that government has the ability to continue to enforce properly. But under all those circumstances, I think it should be done. I think you'll see Andrew Cuomo, Democrat,
just elected, probably lift the more. New York State, as you know, has a total moratorium. I signed a moratorium on state lands, but New York has a total moratorium. I think you'll see Andrew Cuomo lift the moratorium for the economic reasons. It's a tough issue. Well, thank you all for turning out. I want to say on behalf of the Rangers fans in the audience, of which Mr. Lippincott is, I believe, one, and the Yankee fans in the audience, of which I am the only one,
I heard you were a Yankee
we're
fan.
not entirely happy about the Cliff Lee situation. I chose not to bring that up on camera, but I'm sure you're gleeful about this.
Well, he was great for us, and he was great in big games for you, although he didn't pitch well in the stadium. In your home stadium, he didn't pitch well.
Right?
He pitched much better on the road.
Guys are going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, but, best laid plans, and
Always.
You never know.
Always.
The Miami Heat ever win. Well, they may still wind up winning, but, they got off to a rocky start.
Thank you all.
See you all.
All right.
So who's going to win the Pennsylvania football wars between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh?
Yeah, what about that?
Well, I think that the Steelers. No. But I'll give you an honest answer. I think the Steelers are better. They're just a better all-around team. Their defense is better than the Eagles. But the Steelers have that immovable object or irresistible force called the Patriots. The Eagles are not quite as good as the Steelers, but they have an easier road to the Super Bowl because there's no Patriots.
Steelers can get derailed.
Oh, yeah, no question.
A cynic would say Roethlisberger versus Vic, nobody to root for. I, however, will not say
There you go.
that.